All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome y'all to another episode of the Daily Dollar Shore Podcast. We are getting it in remote. As always, it's your boy Martin.
This is Marlon.
And BK.
And we are here during the world pandemic, recording another episode for you guys. It's been crazy out there. It's been a little while since we've been able to get together. People are getting sick. It's affecting everybody's lives differently. So, we had to get, much more tech savvy about how we were going to do this. And so we found a way. We're here now.
Absolutely.
How's it going out there? Marlon, I know you're considered like an essential worker or something.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver for transport services in Gonzales, Louisiana. I drive tankers, so we haul like chemicals and stuff. So we deliver mainly to chemical plants, so they're not shutting down anytime soon. So,
right.
Lucky for me, go ahead.
You don't deal with a lot of people though. You're not coming in contact with the public like that. So you have a lot to worry about.
Not really talking about it, but I still see people who work in the plants and everything, but they're taking extreme precautions and wearing gloves, wearing masks and all that. So we're good. Like nothing's business as usual for us, pretty much.
I hear you. In Brooklyn, how's things going for you with them badass kids?
Same old. You can tell parents are getting tired of the Skype teaching. So I'm having less and less kids log in. But good news is my school did decide to end school early this year. So the last Skype lessons will end for April 30th. So if anybody that's listening that have kids, check in with your school leaders because they are allowing schools to end early.
Well, that's awesome. So, and that's good for everybody, especially considering how things are. Testing is not going to be the way it normally is. You're not going to,
Right.
They've eliminated LEAP and all the standardized testing requirements.
No leave. Nobody can really get kept back this year. So
Right. So, all right. So getting into it, as far as, the first thing we want to cover is definitely an update about the coronavirus and where everything is at with it and where we're at with it, not only as individually, but as a city, because we all kind of live in the greater New Orleans area, So I know just from what I've read lately and the reports I've gotten, it's still like bad. Like it's not slowing up anytime soon.
No, we haven't reached the curve yet.
Right. And that's the thing. Like we haven't gotten to the worst point of it.
Right.
And that's what's crazy. Like it's not like the point where we say, damn, this is it. Like we haven't hit rock bottom.
Exactly.
So basically we're gonna get much worse, is what y'all saying.
Yeah, they're projecting up to almost 250,000 people potentially dying from this.
That's crazy.
Like I think the last number I saw was like almost they project up to 240,000 people could die from this. So that's crazy. You're talking about thousands of deaths in the U.S., hundreds of thousands of cases, and we're still in a situation where professionals don't have everything they need. I was reading some reports from the Washington Post and the New York Times where they were talking about how the U.S. was shipping PPE, the protective equipment, overseas for other countries that needed it, but we clearly had a shortfall here. So, then you have Trump finally admitting this guy. He finally admitted, like, I knew how bad it was gonna be. But
according to him, the former, what did he say? The past administration left the shelves dry.
And that's not the case. That's not the case. Nobody was prepared.
Right.
Nobody was really prepared for anything like this. Just like nobody was prepared for Katrina. Just like
he don't want to take the blame. He had all the signs. He knew what was going on, and he just don't want to say, "I fucked up."
He a whole out you.
He could have mitigated it so much better than what it has been. And
he knew about this.
You know, he did. He said he knew about it. He admitted it. He in his statement was, I just didn't want to scare people. I wanted to be positive.
He
Being
full of shit.
positive
No,
don't save
that's
lives. Let's be real.
bullshit.
Positive is nice.
He
Being
knew
positive
about
don't save
it
lives.
and he wanted to use this as a tactic for re-election
Of course.
Yep.
to make it seem as he's some type of savior. And he
And he's
did
not.
so much that people's lives are literally in danger. And it's
So
bullshit.
naive.
Exactly.
Yep.
And
Bullshit.
then his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, came out today, I want to say, and made a statement that the stockpile is not for states because the states should have their own stockpile. And then
Mhm.
the department that manages the stockpile changed the statement about what the stockpile is used for after his statement about it. So, you know, basically what they're saying is, and the image they're giving is that if you're not on President Trump's side, the stockpile isn't for you.
Oh dear Lord. Can we just fast forward to like December or something
Bro,
like that?
we just need to throw this whole year away.
I'm about to say, fast forward to New Year's.
Honestly,
No, make it Thanksgiving.
honestly, I don't even know what that look like. Like, you know, normally we can all say, "Oh, I got plans for this. I got plans for this."
Just
I
put
know
me in
our,
2021. Just
like,
put me in
I don't
2021.
even know what 2021 is gonna look like. Like, here's the
Hopefully, a
thing.
new president.
Well, I mean, yeah, hopefully, you know, I mean, I ain't a fan of Biden, but I damn sure ain't voting for Trump. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But somehow, somewhere, I see that once it's all over with, he's gonna put that in his campaign. Trump, like, oh y'all, I mean, we survived this because of
Oh,
me. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Hell
So,
yeah,
That
he is.
$2.2 trillion bill,
mhm.
that's going to be running campaign.
Yep. Like,
You know,
yeah,
In
y'all.
history.
the crazy thing about it was that bill originally wasn't for working class people until the Democrats was like, nah, fam, we not about to let this pass because y'all just about to give all this money to all these big businesses. Like y'all bailing out airlines and shit like that.
Right. You're bailing out big businesses, but what about the everyday people that pay to go on these trips? You bailing out the airline.
Right. You're gonna bail out the business, but you ain't gonna bail out the people.
Right. The people. Come on now.
And that's why I feel like we got it back. We got it as a country, like governmentally. That's where I feel like we got it fucked up. Like we have it really backwards because we. Oh, I say we meaning the government. The government would bail out businesses, and then when it comes to people who are wealthy, they'll say, "Oh, you need to manage your money better. Oh, you need to do this. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps." Well, why the fuck are y'all bailing out billion-dollar companies then? Why ain't they using their fucking bootstraps?
Exactly.
That's kind of
Right.
my thought. Like that's my feelings on it. Like if I gotta pull myself up by my bootstraps, okay, cool. Don't bail out these fucking billionaire ass companies.
With all the money you have, you can pull your bootstraps up.
Exactly. Like, bitch, your bootstraps cost more than my whole boot. So,
Exactly.
so you know, that's how I feel about it. And I just, you know, I look at shit like that, and I'm like, we bailed out the auto industry, we bailed out the banking industry. Now they want us to bail out airlines and cruise lines and shit like that. And I'm like, when do y'all really bail out the people?
Never.
Right.
We got like 300 million people in the U.S. When do y'all bail out them?
Good question.
Unemployment sites are crashing.
Oh, they have to be.
The,
They
the,
have
the,
to be.
the shelves are not stocked. Women can't get their milk.
Right.
They can't get their WIC. We don't have enough. Like, we worrying about the wrong thing.
Right. You want to bail out something? Bail out workers. Bail out hospitals. Bail out people who are on the front lines.
Macy's
Mhm.
just what? Furloughed employees.
Period.
Like, people can't pay their bills. What are they going to pay their bills with?
Not at all.
Everybody's not lucky enough to have a savings account.
Right. As
That's
someone who's
hefty.
been out of work for 3 weeks, dog. Like I done had one little check in the last 3 weeks, and I'm sitting here like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be back at work. I mean, I done had this shit. I done been quarantined for 3 weeks now. Tomorrow make 3 weeks. Saturday make 3 weeks, and I'm just sitting here like, you know, what, you know, am I able to go back to work? What's the protocol for that?
So, how do you guys feel about some of these landlords making sure that they still pay their rent? Because even though it will be smart to have them push it back, but in the day they got to pay mortgage too.
So
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, I think it's a nice gesture, but for me, I'm like, man, all them payments are gonna pile up at once.
here's my
Exactly.
thing: and this is how I look at it, as someone who applied for the unemployment, who's been out of work for 3 weeks. Like, I've been out of work for 3 weeks. I didn't pay rent on April the 1st. I hit up my landlord. I talked to her. She was super cool, completely understanding. She had the Rona too. So, we discussed it. We came to an understanding, and we're going to work it out. Like, she's like, I have every intention to pay rent. I still paid my bills on time.
Yeah.
When they said, oh, nothing's getting turned off, I had just paid my bills. I was like, fuck it, I'm still going to pay my bills.
I think you
My
should,
bills
absolutely.
going to be stupid high.
Yeah.
I don't want a $600 light bill. And then all of a sudden, guess what? We turning your shit off. Like, no.
Right. Oh, we want it all at
That's
once.
out.
We
Like,
want
I
all
don't
at
want to
once.
owe like 4 months of rent. My rent
Yeah.
damn near $1,000 a month. They ain't got 4 bands just to throw
I'm
us.
saying, yeah.
Like, look, so, it's one of those situations where they should be giving landlords, like people who have necessarily, but here's the thing: small businesses are getting loans and grants from the SBA and different things like that. So if you're someone with like a landlord, like my landlord, I believe she's a doctor, and she owns where I live, which is like 5 units. And I don't know if she has other properties. She may, I don't know, but she would technically be considered a small business. So she would qualify for like the SBA grants and stuff like that. So, I feel like if somebody's going to get an SBA grant and they don't have to pay that money back, rent could be waived.
Right. I agree.
You could, they had the landlord in I want to say it was Brooklyn, dude named Mario. Hey Mario, guess what? He waived the rent for all 80 of his tenants. All 80 of his tenants waived rent. Say, y'all be good. Wash y'all damn hands.
That's good.
Like Mafia, but I'm gonna say this: Mafia take care of their own.
I mean, yeah, some landlords can do it, some can't. So I mean,
Here's the thing. So this is but these people, they're going to be getting mortgage assistance. They're going to be getting rental assistance. There's different programs out here. Like for me, I may get unemployment for the time I've missed, right? I plan on just paying bills, keeping it regular. Like if I get these checks, I get this, whatever, then you still got to be responsible. Like, either you stack your bread and you just take care of everything, because ain't shit to blow your money on right now.
You can't go nowhere.
You can't go. You ain't taking no trips. You're not going to no beaches. Motherfuckers
Tell me
have
about
jumps
it.
on them hoes, and we just don't know.
He's second line though.
Yeah, they can
Oh my God.
find their ass right into the fucking ER where they don't belong.
Speaking of that, I seen a report on my Facebook page that came up with this guy. I think he must work for like the call center, and he was like they had 800 calls in New Orleans because people are forming large groups.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah. What's been happening is they're reporting people. If it's a gathering of more than 10 people, they're being reported. And
800 calls.
I know.
That don't sound right. I mean, I get it, but damn,
Well, I'm gonna say this. Plus, you're gonna have people, probably multiple people reporting the same gathering over.
The same gathering.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like the number's probably a little inflated. It probably wasn't 800 like different gatherings, but
it shouldn't be no calls at all. Stay your ass home. Like,
but you know what?
People are dying.
Ignorance is bliss, all the way up until you die.
Like, it's ridiculous because my friend, we just had a conversation. She works at a hospital. She was just like, I'm so depressed. I'm tired of seeing bodies. She's like, the morgue is full. Funeral homes are full. Now we need trucks. They asking for them to send us trucks. New York just got a bunch of trucks, a bunch of 18-wheelers last week or the beginning of this week. And now we have to have the same thing. There's no place for us to hold these bodies. That's just how many people are dying.
And it's crazy. Like, it just...
And it's mind-blowing to me that people are still, oh, if we got through Katrina, we could get through this. You can't.
It's not the
You
same thing,
can't.
though.
It's
Yeah,
not the
no.
same. You cannot say that. You cannot. You talking about a silent killer, literally. That's what it is.
Like, people don't get it, and I don't understand why it's such a complex topic. But it's like we really can't comprehend how bad this is.
I think
that's
some
what I'm
people are
trying to
just,
figure out.
some people are just naive, like the fact that they not even know anybody who has a virus. So like, oh, it's all just speculation.
Right,
People,
or it's not gonna happen to me. Like, what make you so
exactly.
exempt? Like, what make you?
Nothing makes you exempt, and that's the thing.
Exactly.
This thing does not discriminate. Like,
Oh no.
Against race, age, gender,
Mm-hmm.
sexuality, It does not care. It is a silent killer, and everybody is vulnerable.
Anybody can get it, and you can die from it if you don't take care of yourself and maintain social distancing.
And that's the thing about it. Like, it's not going to discriminate against anybody, old, rich, young, poor, whatever. Like, they got kids that are 12-year-old that died for it, and they had someone 80 or 90 years
A
old.
6-week-old baby, the youngest person that died from it.
It's one of those situations where there is no indiscriminate. This isn't Katrina where, the storm stopped right here.
Nah. We don't have an end date. We don't know when this is going to end.
Yeah, this is just
like we literally living day by day.
Right. And it's like, that's all we can do right now. Like, I don't know. I don't see, but I know that this kind of has to put things into perspective. Like, I've said this before, and I've had these conversations with y'all and with other people about, how big the world is. And I know a lot of people that I know personally that I've worked with, they're very like super American, like they're white majority of the time. And they're all like, oh, America's the greatest place. Nobody has freedom like we do. And I'm like, that's not exactly true.
Exactly.
A lot of other countries have freedoms. A lot of other countries have a lot of really cool things. They do a lot of things well. They do a lot of things better than we do. Some countries, I think Finland has one of the greatest prison systems in the world. They have less than 5% of people actually go back to prison a second time.
I have a cousin who lives in Finland, and he loves it. Like, not coming back to the U.S. He has a family, and he has 3 businesses there.
Right. It looked done. Like, I remember
Finland?
In Finland, yeah.
Reading an article, and BK, I know this is something because I know you're big on, the prison system and everything like that. I think it was Finland or Denmark or one of those countries where their prison system is so dramatically different from ours. Like, their recidivism rate is so low. Like, people don't go back.
Because they're taking the true meaning of rehabilitation.
Right.
When you truly rehabilitate somebody, they're not coming back because we have fixed the problem.
Right. They're fixing problems, and the only people that go back probably have something more serious, maybe a brain chemistry issue, maybe an actual mental issue or something like that. There's something there that besides, this just was a bad person. No, they fixing people. So, their prison, other countries have better prisons, other countries have socialized medicine, healthcare for all. Canada's one of them. Everybody getting healthcare in Canada. You got to pay for your dental, but everybody get healthcare.
That's been nice.
And people talk, people don't come to America except for elective procedures. Because the wait is so long in Canada for elective procedures. But if you wanted to go in and get your checkup, your biannually checkup is free, no copay.
That's not nice.
Back problems, free, no copay. You need a surgery, free, no copay.
I hate it here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the country is so money driven. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think
the country is ran on money, greed, and men who want power.
But it's capitalism to this level that doesn't take care of its people.
Because it's so corrupt. Like, people are just looking out for themselves.
Right.
Look at our president. Prime example. So.
But, the biggest things I think about is what we need to take from how the things that this coronavirus has exposed in our country is that the world is significantly bigger than where we are. Like the US is not as great as we all think it is, or we've been told to believe it is. Other countries have a lot of great things going on. And the world is just not some war-torn world where people are dying in third world countries. No, that's not the case. Very few places on the earth have not been explored at this point. So, when we sit back and we evaluate what am I doing with my life and where are we going and what are we doing, we can make some real different moves.
Again, I hate it here.
Yeah. Well, enough of the depressing news. What are we watching? Because binge watching is apparently all we're doing right now.
Pretty much. Quarantine and chill.
Quarantine, and I'm chilling. This is by myself. So, I'm finally getting caught up on All American. I have 5 episodes left.
Bruh, I tell you, that show had me all in my feelings. Oh my God.
I've been in my feelings several times about it. Brooklyn and Marlon, your recommendations are spot on.
Oh God.
He just got shot. That's where I'm at.
Wait, who just got shot? You were breaking up. I can't hear you.
Spencer.
Oh, my baby Spencer got shot.
Yes,
I feel like if I have a son, he would be like Spencer.
That's where I am at with things. I have 5 episodes left of season 2, and I am probably going to watch all of them tonight.
Do you know that he's English? He's British?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I
did not know that. I did not know that until last week. I'm like,
him and the guy on For Life. If y'all watch For Life,
yeah.
I haven't
he's
watched that
also
yet.
British.
I'm honestly like foreign actors are playing Americans better than Americans are.
Oh, yeah, because they're getting paid cheaper.
Russell Crowe. No. Russell Crowe, been getting bread.
I mean, not Russell Crowe. I mean, Russell Crowe is Russell Crowe, but there's been an influx of British actors playing American roles because they're getting less pay. It's cheaper to pay.
It's not always less pay, depending on who it is.
Yeah, they had a big article written about it. Like a lot of these new actors that are British are getting paid less. Instead of going get Idris Elba, you're going to go and get somebody else that can play his role because you're going to pay him less.
I think David Kaluuya. I hope I didn't butcher
Daniel Kaluuya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your boy from Star Wars.
Get Out.
John Boyega.
Yeah, and boy from Get Out. Yep.
Now, see, here's the thing. I saw him he was in a movie called, I think it was Attack the Block. Was the first movie I ever saw him in. And
I don't know what that is.
It's a British movie. It's him living in his government stand, like kind of like how the projects used to be. How we had the projects here. He's a kid that grew up in the UK version of that. And like this alien ship crashed in his project and like they were trying to escape.
Yesterday I finished watching the whole Tiger King documentary.
Right.
I love it.
You know what? I haven't even watched it.
Oh man.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Bro, I can't hit the music videos.
She killed her husband.
Well, look, there are 3 things we know to be self-evident. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. Carol Baskin did kill her husband, and we all knew the brat was a lesbian. So, that being said,
but like that show was just
it was crazy, right, Marlon? Like it was crazy, but you couldn't stop watching it.
It's highly addictive.
It really is. I'm like, what am I watching? Like, I kind of want to turn it off at one point, but I'm
like, I want to see what happens next.
It's like staring into the sun. That's kind of it's like staring. You know, it's probably bad for you, but you can't stop.
I can't help it. Well, I've been watching Saints and Sinners. I started with the first episode of Ozark, and I kind of wasn't in the mood for it. Mm-hmm. So I've been watching Saints and Sinners. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but I was like, I don't know. Oh, but it's a good one.
Now I just saw a thing for Saints and Sinners. I haven't watched it yet. I saw like a little clip for it. What is that on? Netflix or Hulu?
Hulu.
Okay, yeah, I did see something for that.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm gonna finish watching these last 5 episodes of All American,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know. Now I'm gonna say this. There was a couple series that were recommended to me. Ozark was one of them. I did watch the first season of Ozark, so I gotta watch the second season, and the third season is what's out now, right?
Yes.
Okay, then you got The Kingdom, which if you've ever watched any like the old school like kung fu movies or anything like that,
Mm-mm.
yeah. So this is you, Marlon. You watched some of the old kung fu movies, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee.
Not really. That's
Oh damn!
first movie. The home movie I saw Jackie Chan is Rush Hour. That's all I saw with Jackie Chan.
Never mind. So
Oh,
imagine,
and the Karate Kid. I seen that one too with him.
yeah,
And Jada's son.
not
Yeah, no.
not the
That's,
same. So imagine The Walking Dead in feudal Japan.
Mm.
It's a very interesting mix, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
And right now, on episode 1 of Black Lightning, trying to see what the hype is about that.
Black
Wait,
Lightning is good.
it is good.
Everybody
I
said
gotta
that.
get caught up. Nefessa Williams fine as hell. Uh, trying to think. I don't know. There's not a lot I'm not caught up on at this point that I would watch. What are some suggestions? What would be like some obscure suggestions?
Mm,
Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu is a Hulu original. It's really good. It comes out every Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
That's a really good one. Legacy season 2 is out on Netflix.
Legacy season 2 is?
I think it came out today.
Okay.
what's that about?
It's a spinoff from Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries, yeah.
Very good.
And then I'm trying to think, what have
I saw people talking about that show on Netflix. Was it Uncorked or something like that? Everybody said that's good too.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, they're talking about black wine connoisseurs and things like that. Which, funny enough, Drew Brees is one of the like executive producers of that.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but he was like it was like I think him like Derek Brooks or somebody. Like it was like some big athletes that were like executive producers on that.
I was surprised to see it's kind of off subject, but I was surprised to see Little Fizz in the All American.
Oh my God, his cameo was the worst cameo ever.
That was horrible.
His cameo was terrible.
Like he got punked and never came back.
He did. Like he got punked off the show. And then he had made a comment about baby mamas or something. And like I was like, but you slept with your boy. Never mind, that's in real life, not the show. So yeah, nah. I mean, All American's been good though. Honestly, probably one of the best shows I've watched in a while.
It is
very emotional, very, very pulls on the heartstrings. It checks all the boxes. And you know, I see what a lot of criticisms were about like the first season, because there was like some real like stereotypical stuff they threw in there to try to like be black. Like him wearing that do-rag the way he did in the first season kind of pissed me off for a couple of episodes. And then it just disappeared.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He did wear a do-rag.
Like it didn't look like it fit. Like they were just, I don't know, but you know, people pointed out different things that have been watching it, and I was just like, I kind of see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And now that I finally get to the point where, spoiler, he was shot, so I'm like, okay, where do I go from here?
I don't know. It's just like the story. Like I know it's not real, but it felt so real. Like I was watching, like it's like real, like
it's inspired. It's based on
true story,
a real life person, and you know it's definitely like fabricated, but so many kids go through this. Like I instantly thought when I first seen this about the kid that was murdered, I think in Mississippi, He was a high school football player, and he was murdered at a house party.
Yeah.
So it kind of like brings home like this is really going on in these kids' lives. Like these kids are facing real life problems.
Right. When you see the different things when it comes to like racial profiling and different things like that, it's been one of those things where it's like, wow.
I love it though.
Oh yeah, no, it's all right.
Waiting season 3 to come out, which probably be somebody says out right now, like on the fire stick though.
It's not. I just read it. I just read an article. Matter of fact, a little while ago, before we jumped on, and they were saying that they don't know when season 3 is going to come out yet. So, because when did season 2 end?
I have no idea. I don't watch it on TV. I wait for everything to get on like Hulu and Netflix.
Right.
And yeah, I just got on like last week, literally, so I couldn't tell you when it came out or not. So, just I don't know what's gonna happen like next. Like they're gonna start off, with him. Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
I'm not there. I got 5 episodes to go.
All right, never mind. I forgot that you still
that's
watch
why
it.
I'm not trying to say anything. It's like, let me keep my mouth closed.
Oh, I'm about to spoil it too. Well, you told me something. I'm about to go in. Wow. But yeah.
Me.
So I don't know. It seemed to me like Black Lightning's a little slow. I'm still first episode, but I mean, it seems a little slow.
The first season of Black Lightning was a little slow.
Yes.
Like it was like the second half of the first season where it really picked up.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like that with all of Black Lightning seasons to me, like they kind of start off slow because this last season I was like, like the first 2 episodes I didn't even pay attention because it just started slow.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now too. But I mean, what can I do right now besides watch Netflix, huh? So I'll watch it and just be patient with it. I think that's really it as far as I'm gonna watch. I mean, I've seen All American.
Okay, so season 2 ended on March the 9th. Season 2 of All American?
Uh-huh.
It ended March the 9th. So it just ended.
Oh.
It
nice.
actually
been not getting free for a while, probably.
So, and you think about it, like we would have probably got season 3 later this year. Are we even going to have that now because of that Rona?
Man, everything got pushed back. Like Black Widow got pushed back for release. Exactly. Spider-Man 3, they stopped filming that because of this. New Batman movie being pushed back. Like everything being pushed back. Oh, Fast and Furious. It's coming out next summer. Some bullshit.
Then they pushed it back to next summer?
Yep. Everything getting pushed back. Some bull. Well, what can you do about it? I mean, just gotta deal with it.
Hey man, find some stuff you ain't never watched before.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Quarantine and chilling.
I think I'm gonna order me that treadmill that I was thinking about.
Oh, but you're fancy.
Say, bro, I gotta do something, bro. I don't know how long I'm gonna be in this house. I'm hoping to be out soon, but there's only so much I can do.
True.
But so, about things that we might be disappointed about. We all recently saw the picture of Drake's son.
The boy.
It was not. It was not like what we expected.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it just wasn't what we expected. Like, I expected
when I saw it, I was like, oh,
I felt like
okay.
I felt like it was deceptive advertising.
Okay. And I'm looking at him like, it's cute.
I didn't see it, but
okay. And I felt like it was ignorant of me because I'm like, okay, just because he's biracial don't mean he has to look a certain way. But I guess we just all had our hopes up because we had never seen him. It was a surprise when we heard he had a son from Pusha T. So it got our wheels turning. Like we just made this fantasy fake Drake baby in our head. And then when we finally got a chance to see him, it was like, that's
Whoa.
not what Black Twitter was expecting your baby to look like.
I don't think it was
None.
anyone was expecting his kids to look like.
Like,
Like
okay.
it's like he got all the recessive genes from both sides of the family. Cause like he got blonde hair and this and this.
That threw me. That threw me off, the blonde
Hey,
hair. I'm like,
hair, yeah.
Right, when I saw that, I was like, is he albino? But then I saw the mom, I was like, I saw grandma, and I was like, oh, he just looked like grandma just slept with the porn star, and they just had this baby because
that's
he
fucked
don't
up.
look nothing like Drake. But he is
Nothing.
cute. Like, he's a cutie.
I guess.
Well, I said, I guess. Oh, my God.
I mean, sure. I was just very surprised. Like, wait a minute. Like, he has all this blonde hair, look nothing like his papa. The mama, yeah.
No.
But, so I
Yeah,
mean, sure.
he don't look anything like Drake.
It felt like false advertising. That's literally all I'm gonna say.
False advertisement.
False advertising.
How so?
Like what I expected and what I got were two entirely different things.
I mean, he was light skinned. Oh, yeah. I don't know what he is.
I would hope so.
I mean, so the mom is white.
I'm white.
He's Canadian / black. He's mixed. So, yeah. Don't know.
Like, I didn't expect him to be like dark skinned. Like, I'm sorry, if the kid would have came out looking like you, Marlon, and Drake would have been like, yeah, that's my kid, I'd be like, no, that's not your kid.
I mean,
DNA
it is
test.
a possibility. Drake's dad is dark. He could have, we don't know the family tree. He could have been a little dark.
He could have been a little darker. He could have been like yellow.
He could have been. Genetics run long.
Yes, it's true.
Genetics can run how they want. I look at my kids, and my kids would have probably looked like that if I had kids with somebody white.
Genetics run long. That's why Drake's son looked like his mama, and not him.
Yeah,
it really does.
She's French or whatever. Them French genetics. I'm like,
oh, she's French?
I think so. She was like a French porn star.
Oh wow, that makes any kind of full circle.
Did you say Drake's mama was a French porn star?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Drake baby.
Y'all breaking up. The phone is breaking up. She was a French what?
I didn't hear that.
She was a French.
You sure about that, bro?
Bruh, I promise.
Right, I'm not. Drake mom is not French. Let me look this up. Drake's mama.
Porn star.
Not Drake's mother.
Oh, his baby mama.
His baby mama.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
she's a French porn star.
Yes, he's right.
The baby mama.
Yeah, I thought he saw his actual mama.
No.
Right, that's what I said. I was like, wait, my phone is breaking up, and it sounded like you just said that Drake mama was the French baby mama. Oh yeah, his baby mama is a porn star. Yes.
Yes. How you pull that off though? Like, come on, bro. Of all people have a kid with, you do with a porn star? Come on, man.
No, I just said he can't call. He can't call nobody a fluke if his mama was a porn star.
I'm just sitting here like, to be Drake, and of all the people you had in the world, you have a kid with.
Come on, Rihanna. You fucked that up though.
I don't think it would have happened with Rihanna. I think Rihanna.
I don't think it was planned. I don't think. Not saying that he shot with some mistake.
I think she put some of that porn star magic on, cuz, and that was it.
It just happened. Yeah, like I said, I'm picking her to be my baby mama. Like, I don't think, because she's not cute.
He didn't pull out, I guess. Huh?
She's a great value Kardashian.
I can't. Sophie knows, like Pusha T said best. Like, I can't get past the nose.
Oh, Lord. So you think he had too many drinks that one night when he got in with her, and then he didn't wrap it up, he didn't pull out. So come on, Drake.
I think she pulled out some of them. She started talking in French, and she pulled out some of them porn star tricks. And Cuz got, like Usher said, he got lost in the sauce, slipped up, slipped in.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
Just like Usher said in Confessions.
That's just true.
But with that being said, though, I mean, his kid's here, and you know, I mean, we don't, here's the thing. The one thing I gotta say, Drake is keeping his kid out of the limelight,
He
and I'm
is.
sure he's taking care of him. I would hope, I'm going to hope and believe and assume that he is taking care of him, because that would be some trifling ass behavior. But I think at the same time, knowing who the mother is, we would know. And on another note, Candyman is now delayed until the fall as well.
Oh, that horror movie. Yeah.
I'm,
You keep
I'm
that
not.
player.
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm disappointed.
Why?
I really wanted to see Candyman.
I didn't see the original one. I never saw it. I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
It probably would be. I'm gonna tell you this. I watched the original one. I watched the sequels. The original one is a GOAT level horror movie. This was probably gonna be as good, if not better.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm not the biggest horror movie connoisseur. I've seen my fair share. I've watched the OG horror movies. I haven't seen all of the newer ones, but just from where Jordan Peele is going, Jordan Peele is like the Stephen King, Alfred Hitchcock of our generation.
He did Get Out, didn't he?
He did Us. He did Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
He did all those, and they've been hits, and they've been great movies. And you know what? Dude, serious. And I was highly looking forward to uh the new Candyman.
Well, get in line with other movies. You gotta wait till it come out, probably for another year.
Right, everything gonna be end of the year, man. The end of the year gonna be the dopest end of the year for movies in history, as long as we still have an end of the year.
Probably as packed as these nail salons and people getting their haircuts and stuff. Because once the thing's over, boy, people will be getting in line
People
just to get their
still
haircut.
get their haircuts, bro. People still out here in these streets tripping.
Really?
Man.
Nah, my barber closed.
Well, your barber is smart because he don't want to get that Rona, but people out here still taking chances.
Well, I think he was like mandated to close. Some sort of like I can't remember what it was called, but basically all the nail salons, like hairdressers,
Well, yeah,
people still doing nails, people still doing hair.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I've seen people say, "Oh, I'm only taking one client a day, like one client at a time," but you don't know what that one client
has that wrong.
They might not have symptoms yet, but they can possibly have it.
Yeah, bro. Oh, kids. Oh, I just want to fast forward it so bad.
I know, right?
I hate it. I really hate it.
I know.
It's ruined everything. Like no
Either
basketball.
Fast forward or just restart it and take some stuff out. Like let's go back to 2019 and we know everything that's gonna happen in 2020 and let's just fix it.
No,
that wouldn't happen.
You know what? Honestly, I don't want to, because we need the wake up call that this is giving us.
Like we already knew how things. Like I feel like for some people they'll just never get that wake up call. Like it's like you said, like it's a thing of ignorance. Like we can press play and rewind this over and over and over and over, and they just still not gonna get it.
Yeah.
So just fast forward me or put me back where I can maneuver through things that I need to get to, because this shit is for the birds. Yeah. I've literally been inside since March 13th.
I'm here with you. I've been in my house since March 16th.
Damn.
March 16th. It's April 3rd.
This just gotta suck. You just stay in your house all day.
Every day.
And normally I would be like, I'm not the type of person that go out. I'm a homebody. I go to work. I come home. I go out occasionally. I travel when I want to. But now it's like, no, Brooklyn, you can't do nothing. And I'm like, what?
Nothing, nada, yet.
And where you go is closed. Except for like, Walmart or these pharmacy stores. Like, everything's closed.
I gotta go grocery shopping.
If ain't
Same. Now I'm
if,
running out of groceries, so I gotta go grocery shopping.
Exactly. Like I've been in the bit for 3 weeks. I finally hit that button where it's like, damn, I gotta go, fam.
And it's
I gotta
crazy
go.
because the only thing within these past weeks that gave me a little bit of excitement and a little bit of hope was the Mannie Fresh versus Scott Storch battle.
Oh,
And I was sitting down thinking about it. I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. I like to consider myself as like a music connoisseur, a music catalog, a human
aficionado.
jukebox. So, yes. So I just love music. So I knew this was going to be, well, first off, let me say this. I knew it was a mismatch from the beginning. I knew Scott Storch was going to win without even hearing a battle, just because the hits that he has. But what I didn't realize, how such sore losers are the people of New Orleans.
I'm
Like,
saying this though.
this battle has really gotten people
it got us in our feelings. But I'm gonna say
like
this.
heartbroken, panties in a bunch, distraught, can't believe it,
Oh,
depressed.
well, here's the thing. I'll say this. When I heard it was going to be a beat battle, I said Manny should win.
It wasn't a beat battle, and this came from the men who started versus. What's his name? Swiss Beats. I
Right.
watched his live yesterday because he had been seeing that what was going on. Him and Timbo got on live yesterday. Swiss Beats said it was a hit for hit.
Right.
Thank
But
you
here's the
for the
thing.
people who participated. Nobody, he said when they put Scott Storch up, nobody wanted to go against Scott Storch, which is why T-Pain dropped. And
Right.
Mannie was the only person that stepped up.
Right.
It was hit for hit. He said it don't matter if you co-produced or wrote it. If
Exactly.
you touched on it, it counts.
It counts.
So all of the Mannie
Yeah.
Fresh, oh, he did this. I understand he a one bad man, and I admire him for all his hard work and the way he changed the culture. It was hit for hit.
And by that logic, yes, Scott Storch, hands down. Like you said, nobody wanted to touch Scott. Nobody. T-Pain said he was going to get his ass kicked, which is why T-Pain
Yeah.
said, no, thank you.
He'll battle Lil Jon, which is why he dropped and said, give me somebody else. Give me somebody else.
Which is why he battled Lil Jon.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say this.
Yeah,
I think it, for a lot of people, it was advertised as a beat for beat. Mm-hmm. That's how I first heard of it. I didn't hear of it being hit for hit. I heard of it being beat for beat.
People took a beat for beat because when I first saw the flyer, it said 20 hit for hit. When people saw Mannie, they just took it and said beat for beat.
That's what I'm saying. There was confusion.
I noticed a lot of niggas been capping.
Yeah.
They come on my Facebook.
I saw that.
And they saying, oh, well, this is what they said. Timberland and them said that Mannie Fresh won. If you check the wins, it wasn't a landslide, but Scott still had more W's.
No, of course. No,
so
absolutely.
Timbo didn't say he won. He didn't say that shit. Niggas is capping because they come in my DMs and agree with me, but we on that Facebook post, they got to battle everything I say. And I'm not going to put them on blast. I'm going to let them slide this time.
You still put them on blast.
I'm going to let them slide.
Nah, don't be two-faced.
I'm going to let them slide.
Nah, don't be two-faced. Call them out. Because I'm going to tell you. No. Because they shouldn't. You got to have that heart. If you're going to ride for your people,
because men feel like when it's certain topics like this, they don't value women's opinion. This has like showed it. I feel like when I like something, when I'm into something, it become a craft to me. Mm-hmm. So music isn't something I just be like, oh yeah, I like that. No, it becomes a craft to me. Mm-hmm. I'm from a music. My mom plays the piano. My mom is in, an artistic person. Like she likes to draw. She likes music. So I grew up differently. Like I know music. So I value my opinion. And I think when men feel like they have females that know something more than them, they get intimidated. Because I feel like if I was a nigga, they would have just been like, all right, bro, I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. Sky nice, sky nice. But it wasn't that. And I get the same reaction in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm going to let him slide this time.
Oh boy.
But what I will say, Mannie, because I made a post and I said that I would not put Timberland, Swiss Beats, Pharrell, Mannie Fresh in the same boat. That's my opinion. I feel like, and it's not away from Mannie Fresh because he's great. I feel like he did create soundtrack for the culture. But if you really know music, you must know that you have to have versatility. Mariah Carey not breaking doors down to get a beat from Mannie Fresh. That's just the truth. If I was an artist and I want to make money on all platforms, I'm going to Sky Storch. If I want a hood anthem that'll shape the culture that all Black people will know 20 years from now, I'm going to go to Mannie Fresh.
Really?
Like, I just feel like they're just too, and that's not taken away from Scott because he made some bangers too. Like, another thing people were saying down here, oh, the songs that he played, we don't listen to that no more. Lies. New Orleans don't play different type of music. Like, nobody don't listen to 50 Cent just a little bit. When I was in Vegas, and the first part of that song, just the music part, when the DJ dropped that song, the crowd goes crazy. Mm-hmm. So it's not played here because New Orleans only play a certain type of music. New Orleans don't play different music. They just play bounce music. And I love Mannie Fresh. I feel like if you put him up against any producer in the South, he's number one. To me.
Easily.
But I just feel like on a bigger stage, unfortunately, he don't have that range. He don't have that versatility. He don't have the variety of artists that those big name producers could say, I could switch it up and I could do this. I could give you Lean Back and I could give you a Me, Myself, and I. Oh, that's not good enough? I could put Mariah Carey and Jada Kiss on a record together. So that was my take from it. And I feel like this has been a good thing for music and it's been a good thing for the culture. Like, it's just been fun. Like, they're doing it out of funness. They're not doing it for the recognition of the clout. You know, they're doing it, they're giving us something to look forward to during this time. So I just thought it was interesting. I can't wait for these next battles. Like, the next battle tomorrow is T-Pain and Lil Jon.
That should be a good one.
I gotta go with T-Pain on this one.
Oh, I'm all the way.
I'm T-Pain all the way to that's my boy.
I gotta go with T-Pain on this one. Like, T-Pain is nice. I gotta go with T-Pain.
Lil Jon nice, but T-Pain, he on a different level.
Yeah, like I think.
Now, I'll say this: Lil Jon has produced many hits that we just didn't know. Yeah. And a lot of times they were club bangers. A lot of times they weren't necessarily like, you know, especially in that Atlanta.
There's a lot of get hype songs. Yeah. Crunk music. Yeah.
But I'll say this: T-Pain, Teddy Payne, In Love with a Stripper. They had 11 people on one remix. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
for a stripper.
I had like 47 people on the In Love with a Stripper remix, and it's still one of the greatest songs ever.
I'm in love with your stripper.
Yeah, and, that was good.
What was his last album?
He released the album not too long ago.
Really?
What 2018?
I think so. 2018, I think.
Damn.
Yep.
You sure about that?
Let's go.
I think. Records. Let me see. T-Pain last album.
I met you at the bartender.
2019.
If you're looking for me, I'm at the bar with her. Okay.
Yeah,
he dropped music that's just gonna stick with you.
I mean, I'll say this: T-Pain, he's a singer, a producer. He's multi-talented,
Songwriter.
songwriter, like all of it. You know, he pioneered the auto-tune sound. He did everything you could want to do. And then like his Tiny Desk concert is legendary. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and look up T-Pain's Tiny Desk concert. It is amazing. Like
Oh boy.
if you didn't think he could really sing, you'll get your mind right.
Yeah, he can sing.
Teddy Payne, like he could sing.
So what would be y'all's dream, like, head to head? Was it a DJ or just, like an artist or what?
I mean, I'll say this. I'm not versed well enough on actual like producers to say, oh, this is my dream matchup. But
Yeah.
I will say this. I know the one coming up Sunday is the one everybody getting ready for.
Which one Sunday? That's the who's that?
Babyface and Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley and Babyface.
That's
For me. My dream matchup, I would like to see Pharrell.
Yeah. Pharrell.
Go ahead
yeah.
for somebody.
Pharrell.
Chris Brown.
Who else would I want to see Pharrell? I don't know. People been saying Pharrell and Kanye.
Hey, that's
Ooh.
honestly like Pharrell
I
and
think
Kanye.
nice. Like I think people think Kanye is like weirdness. Not like people sleep on Kanye, but like he produced all sides through the wire is Lil Kim record he did Came Back for You. Like I just love, like I just listen to the instrumental. Like that's one of my favorites. So I think Pharrell, Kanye. Somebody said Diddy and Dre. That'll be nice. I think
that'd be dope.
Posted that one. Diddy and Dre will be dope. She also posted Bangladesh and Polo the Don. I think that would be a nice one too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I just hope they get these in the work. I want to see Pharrell, and I'm looking for like females too. Like I want to see Missy, somebody, because Missy has some.
Okay, I would have loved to have seen Prince in a battle.
Prince.
Yeah.
Let me get what they be having them in concert doing the hologram.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
But now Prince was a producer too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Get the Prince hologram out.
And so speaking of this, there was somebody that went viral for talking shit about Quincy Jones.
Who is this?
Who said something about Quincy? You can't talk
I know,
about
right?
Quincy Jones.
So somebody decided, a nobody, he called Quincy Jones as the person into question.
What kind of shit?
Exactly.
Why are you around here messing with these people?
Exactly.
That's a legend. Legendary Quincy. No.
How old is he now?
Quincy in his 90s.
I mean,
he owes somebody, huh?
Yes, he is old.
So it was, all right, here's what it was. A DJ tried to downplay Quincy Jones. This is somebody who is a DJ who is in the music business.
Oh, really? He's in the music business?
Well, he's a DJ, so he DJing somebody parties. And he'll never DJ anything else.
No, he blackballed.
Like, cuz suspended without pay forever. He needs to get a regular job. He needs to go stamp some license plates or something. Because he
like some people
Quincy
Jones is off limits.
Like you don't compare Quincy to everybody. Like if there was a Mount Rushmore, Quincy Jones is on there.
Yeah.
Close on that Mount Rushmore. What you got on that thing?
Like
I mean, that's
Damn.
tough. Like, if you talk about some of the greatest music producers of all time, you're talking about like people from decades ago that I can't even recall. Like, I know one of
Yeah.
the names is like Phil Spector, who was one of the big, like I think in like the 50s, you know, and these are like people like we wouldn't even recall. Like, I don't even put people like Kanye and Pharrell and Polo the Don and the rest of those,
Oh, no, no, no.
and they're not even in the same category.
Uh-uh.
Like, they're different atmospheres.
Yeah,
So, like where
definitely.
Quincy Jones sits and where everybody else sits,
Quincy is at the top of the food chain.
yeah,
Right.
Quincy kind of set what the food chain was.
He was the founding member.
Right.
You know, Quincy, you know, people like Smokey Robinson. These are great people that paved the way. So you know,
What about
I wouldn't even
what's his
talk, you know,
name?
you can't talk about Clive Davis. Like, that's just people that's off limits.
Right.
What about Dr. Dre?
Who?
Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
legendary. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Dre,
He not on that level.
yeah, he's not on that level. Like, he's on my level with Timbaland
Yeah.
and Pharrell. Yeah, Dr. Dre,
What about Brian Michael Cox? I like him.
Brian Michael Cox.
Uh-huh.
What he produced?
Let's see, he produced Trey Songs, a couple hits of those. He did shit. That was called. God damn it. He did that. He did Day 26 albums.
How about this? How about this? If we had to do like the ultimate Mount Rushmore of music producers, Quincy Jones versus Barry Gordy. Bam.
Right. That's what I was sitting here thinking. Like,
Yeah,
give
like
me an old
if you gonna talk
school,
about anybody, you
give me
know,
like a
Quincy Jones, Barry Gordy.
Motown,
Bam.
give
There.
me a Motown battle. That's what I want to see. Like, give me old. Like, I love old music.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm all for the oldies but goodies battles. I will watch it.
Like Rick Rubin.
Oh,
Who?
nice. Rick Rubin,
Sorry.
crazy. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Rick
like he
Rubin.
co-founded Def Jam.
Yeah, Rick
Ah.
Rubin.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Him and Russell Simmons co-founded Def Jam. And Rick
yeah.
Okay.
Rubin is like some Duck Dynasty looking motherfucker. But he
Right.
co-founded one of the greatest hip-hop labels ever. Russell
Definitely Mount
Simmons.
Rushmore.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Russ.
Uncle Russ.
Russell Simmons. he's a weird dude. He's weird.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, I feel like their weird, his weirdness kind of like people forget about what he's done for the game.
Right.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
is weird, but he's put in work.
Yeah, I believe that for
So
a fact.
I mean, that's just you know, when it comes to situations like this, it's so many differing opinions, especially when it's like it's so many different genres involved. There's so many different platforms involved.
Right.
So
And
many
that's the thing.
different-
That's what I was trying to tell people. I think was a problem was like you have to have a musical palette, and most people here just don't have a musical palette. They
don't, because
you know
like
stuck in their bubble, in the New Orleans bubble, and that's why
yeah,
that's why people get upset. Well, bounce music should be popping. Bounce music, it shouldn't take Drake to do it. Well, you have to think about it. You have to know how to market yourself and think outside of New Orleans.
right.
You think they're about to have, I mean, come on now. Look at the bounce artists and what they say. You have to
It
market
took Big
differently.
Frida years to get popular.
Yeah,
where she was.
because Big Frida had to get out of her New Orleans bubble.
Right.
She had to take bounce with her. She didn't leave it. She took it with her. She said, you know what? It's not working like this. I'm not going to never blow up. I have to fix it. And look what
Mhm.
she did. Big
And
Frida
she
is
said it when Katrina
the
happened.
household name. She's a
Right.
household name.
And it took New Orleans people being in different cities after Katrina to make it happen.
Yeah, and you have to have that musical. You just have to have that
You
musical
gotta be
drive and that
open to
musical
different. It's
palette.
like,
You have to be open, and that's what I've noticed. And not just about music, but that's what I noticed a lot about New Orleans as a city. Like a lot of people, like we're so close-minded on a
yeah,
lot of things, and I'm like,
yeah.
that's why
Like
we're
if it ain't
so
New
far
Orleans, we ain't
behind.
about to mess with it.
We're like, you have to open your mind to different things.
Absolutely. I mean, I know just an example for me. When I didn't hear chopped and screw music until I was in college.
Oh,
What?
real?
Yeah.
Where you been at, bro?
I never heard Chopped and Screwed until I went to college.
You
Like I
officially were
I
chopped
still
and
listen
screwed.
to certain songs chopped and screwed. Like I like certain songs I like slowed down. I'm not
Yeah.
a big fan of it, but
I mean, but just the genre as a whole, like when you talk about like Big Mo and Zero and guys like that from Texas, you know, Paul Wall, you know, all of that. If they wasn't
I
big
love
time,
Paul Wall. Don't
Oh my
laugh, man.
God. Paul Wall.
I was in love with Paul Wall. It's better than Mike Jones. 281-330-8004.
004.
That
Hit
was
Mike
my
Jones up
song.
on the low. Yeah, I
We used
mean,
to, when
that's
I
what
was
I'm
in
saying.
school, we used to call that number. I think I was in middle school. We used to call it all the
But
time.
you used to be able to call it and used to have like a message or something on it.
We used to like, you think Mike Jones gonna answer?
Right.
We used to call
Right.
it.
So, you know, and that was the one thing about it. Like I didn't get exposed to that until I went to college, until I went to different places and listened to different things. And, you know, East Coast and West Coast was always big. And we had our Southern, but Tennessee had their own deal. Atlanta had their own deal. Texas had their own deal. Until you actually, St. Louis had their own deal. And until you went to different places and experienced that, a lot of times, especially in New Orleans, it ain't never break through the wall. It didn't come across the high 10.
Mm-mm.
You know, unless you was like super big, mainstream, Pac, Biggie, one of the biggest people on the radio, it was New Orleans. That was it. It was Cash Money and No Limit.
True.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I'm looking forward to T-Pain and Lil Jon. I'm T-Pain all the way. I don't see how T-Pain will lose. And then as far as Face and Reed, like I just don't even know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta see it first.
yeah, like
I
I'm
can't
really
even
gonna have to
I
sit
can't even
there.
pre-pick. I'm gonna be taking notes. Like
Right, and that's the thing. Like we never expect. It took a global pandemic for something like this to happen, and it's like now we're just how do we deal with this? Like, you know, we have legends of our industry and our culture going head to head with hits. And it's just like Jesus.
But I want to see a Chris Brown and Drake battle. I think that'd be dope.
Chris Brown and Drake?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
No, not really.
Light
Like
skinned niggas going
they
at
not
it.
producers though.
I
Look how
mean,
you just crushed Marlon's Drake. He's like, no.
I
No,
mean,
no.
Drake too new to me. Like Drake been in the
You think
game
so?
for a while. Like, don't get me wrong, Drake been in the game for a while, but just like as a producer, I don't feel like he has the same resume to go up against somebody like that.
Oh wait, you want to see them? You want to see them battle as producers, Marlon?
more so as like just like a rap, not a rap battle, but like a wild not type of thing. You know,
Oh
that's
no.
kind of dope.
Yeah, no, that would be entertaining,
Yeah,
but nah. I
you ain't
mean,
feeling fam.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm not with it. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Marlon.
yeah,
I
no,
think
that would be entertaining. Like I'd watch it.
like yeah, Drake been around for a while. I was just thinking about his like evolution, like how he changed from when he first came in to now. Like he's like evolved to
Yeah, he's grown up as an artist.
yeah.
But I say this: he's grown up as an artist, but he still stayed really true to who he is too.
Right.
Like he's never like compromised who he is as an artist for like anything. He stayed like Drake.
Right. He stayed. Yeah.
But
yeah, I fucks with Drake.
oh, well, it's gonna be definitely an interesting week. I mean, I feel like as far as Corona goes, we're gonna keep getting more updates and see where things go. I mean, we gotta find some stuff to watch because we're running out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like you only get Netflix so long, Netflix or
Netflix,
Hulu.
Hulu. I mean, if you're like me, I watch anime and movies and everything else. So I add a little variety into it. Like if you ain't ever watched anime before, they got some crazy ass stories out there.
The only one I watch of anime is Dragon Ball Z. Everything else,
Hey, bro, I'll give you the login to my account, bro. It's like they got all kinds of stuff. It's just different. It's something to break up the normal routine.
Gotcha.
You know, like, and it's crazy. It's like a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's just cartoons," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a cartoon," but anime is equally as invested as any scripted series that we normally watch.
That makes sense.
And that's why I like cartoons. Like I show my kids anime cartoons versus like the regular cartoons that we have, because literally the quality is so much better.
Let me get that try. Is a Pokemon on that or no?
Huh?
Pokemon, is that on anime? No.
They had it's considered anime because it comes from Japan, but it's not like in the same vein because they got some stuff that's like mature as shit. Like it's not for kids that I would never let my kids watch.
Tis.
Man, let me tell you right now, they got some grown ass. They be dealing with grown ass people problems. Yeah.
Oh my
But
lord.
I'm definitely looking forward to these battles coming up. Man, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about while we on here?
BK?
No.
I just want everybody to be okay.
I don't know, like I'm just
Like I'm
oh
like to get back to regular life.
I don't know, just adjusting to this lifestyle we have to go through right now. Like people like wearing masks and gloves. Like this really is some like I'm legend type of shit.
Yeah, man. And then they said people need to wear masks all the time now.
I mean, oh god, this
They
is
need to make their
horrible.
mind up. First, what you wearing a mask for? Now they want you to wear a mask all the time.
Well, they're saying that because there's so many people who don't show symptoms, they want people to wear a mask at all times.
Right, that's understandable. But when people was pulling their mask out, it was a whole, oh, well, you don't need a mask. What are you wearing it for?
Right.
Now it's wear a mask at all times.
Well,
I just want people to stop wearing them nasty ass gloves, cross-contaminating everything. That's what I just want.
Yeah, somebody said on Facebook like somebody had went to Walmart, had their gloves on, touched everything in the store.
Right.
You use a cell phone and like started drinking coffee. Like this is a weird like story, but like basically you defeat the purpose of wearing gloves.
Yeah. Right, you defeat the purpose of wearing gloves. Just stop. Just don't wear them.
It's warm out to get contaminated.
Yeah, because it lasts longer on just stop wearing them. You're spreading the germs everywhere.
Right, just carry some sanitizer with you and be smart about
it. You can buy hand sanitizer. That's a problem. Look, you ain't got enough.
I got mine. I made sure I got that. But I know I'll be making my Walmart run tomorrow. Pray for me, people.
What time are you going?
Well,
like early?
Be doing the same.
Early in the morning. I got to. Like I'm out of damn everything. I need food and shit.
Yeah, I have to go tomorrow as well. I'm gonna try to go early, but people just got food stamps and WIC, so hopefully they didn't wipe out the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh.
Good old cash.
Straight cash, homie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's another one. We hope y'all enjoy. We hope y'all listen to it. Let us know your thoughts about Corona and what you're doing to be safe and stay safe. As shocked as we were about Drake's kid, I'm sure you were, because I know I was. And then, what did y'all are y'all as closed-minded as some of these people on Brooklyn's page, or do we have some open-minded audiophiles who can appreciate the fact that Scott Storch does have, a significant amount of hits as compared to many other producers in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what y'all think of these upcoming battles. T-Pain and Lil Jon and facing L.A. Reid. I mean, that's gonna be epic. Like that's
really
epic. Like Babyface and L.A. Reid, that's epic. That's like 2-3 decades of music going against each other right now.
That's fine.
They're both going against Teddy Riley. So that's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying.
Easy.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So that's decades and decades of music going up against each other that a lot of us grew up on.
Yes, facts. Wait, so what time is the thing tomorrow? Is tomorrow?
Yes, 9 Eastern.
So that's 7 time.
Yeah. No, 8 hour time.
Okay, so yeah, it's an hour in, yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good. I mean, we straight then.
Yeah, so 8 p.m. Central. Lil Jon versus T-Pain.
And guess what, y'all? This is episode 40.
Man, we've been in it for a minute. Man, look, I definitely, we appreciate everybody that's listening. I know I definitely do. And
Follows.
everything, man. Anything y'all want to say about getting episode 40?
Sure that. 40. I can't believe we're at 40. And actually, you know what? Matter of fact, I don't know if this is next week, but on April 12th, we'll make a full year beyond this podcast.
I know. So we're coming up to our 1-year anniversary.
Time is flying.
It's definitely what's up. So, well, y'all, that's another one. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. As always, it's your boy Martin.
And Marlon.
Your girl be game.
And y'all stay safe out in the streets. And that's another episode of the Daily Dollar Show podcast. Peace.
Peace.